From the North Shore to northern France, a grandson on a bike on a mission of remembrance.
It was almost like he was resurrected.
And excavating memories, a long way from Massachusetts.
They touch the stone with their hands, and they're just overcome by emotion. It's unbelievable.
In the Berkshires, a mother and son team up to save the center of town.
We didn't want to see it, end.
In Rhode Island, sanctuary for a special species. And in the shadow of jets and a city, a special sanctuary of its own marks a milestone.
Feels like Maine, feels like Vermont. It is in a city.
They're all a bit of a surprise, all labors of love. Next on Chronicle.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
I love cycling. I love it. I mean, it's my passion.
Only a slight limp to show for it now, but it's a wonder Brett Hawks can bike at all. A multi-sport athlete growing up in Gloucester, he was nearly paralyzed at 16 in a car accident. Fast forward 50 years and a successful career in tech, Hawks and his wife retired to their home in Rockport. Following his mom's death, he was given a book of photographs taken by his grandfather, who died when Hawks was 16.
He lived in Greenfield,
Mass.
yeah. He was a kindly, soft-spoken grandfather. I loved him as a grandfather, but I didn't really know him.
But he was about to. An engineer, Alton Crockett Hawks, graduated from Harvard in the spring of 1917. With World War I raging in Europe, he enlisted in the Army, and by fall, Second Lieutenant Hawks of the 1st Engineers, 1st Division, was making his way across the trenches of northern France, all of which he carefully photographed and methodically documented in his album, and all of which, a century later, gave his grandson an audacious idea.
Look at all these other photos. I could go find them all, and I want to stand exactly where he stood and take the exact same picture in 2022.
And you did.
And I did. And through that process, I saw where he lived. I'd get extremely choked up. I mean, I feel a little choked up talking about it.
In the summer of 2022, Brett Hawks, who speaks French, biked by himself across the exact route his grandfather trudged in World War I, ferreting out the same places he labored, fought, stayed, and, unlike more than 9 million others, stayed alive.
Imagine walking into a Frenchman's house and your grandfather smoked cigarettes in there. And one of the barns that I visited, the guy gave me a Lucky Strike package that they had left behind. I go into this cafe, show them my photographs to see if they could find something for me. And they couldn't. And I go back to my hotel and the chief of police is waiting there for me. And he's a First World War history buff. And I said, why are you so interested in me? He said, I wanted to meet somebody alive that knew somebody alive, an American First World War soldier alive in my town. He said, this is a great moment for me.
On a short bike with Hawks on Cape Ann, he made clear the bike itself was a key to connecting with his grandfather's wartime experience.
The thing that really hit home for me was the combination of being on a bike and smelling everything. And that sort of turned me into envisioning the bombs going off, burned cars and the trucks and the dead horses. I'm biking 5-6 hours and I'm thinking about my grandfather.
And this is the bike that did it, right?
This is the bike. This bike actually, and its bags, and all the clothing on me, I weighed. It weighed less than my grandfather's uniform.
Allies then, allies now, it was the French people themselves who were Hawks' biggest help.
I've kept in touch with all of them. They really helped me out. They took me places. I would walk into a cafe and I would sit down, have a cup of coffee, and they would say, are you on vacation? I'd say, sort of. And then I would show him, I said, do you know where this photograph is? Then the whole cafe would get involved. It's like finding Waldo.
On July 4th, 1918, the French awarded Alton Crockett Hawks the Croix de Guerre, France's esteemed military honor for bravery.
Then about 16 days later, he got shot in the foot. Thank God he was shot in the foot because I wouldn't be here now. And he went to a hospital south of France and came home.
It seems so ironic, ultimately, right? That your grandfather, who in life, he died when you were 16, you weren't especially close to, you end up through this experience becoming incredibly close to him.
I get almost choked up thinking about it because I didn't really know him. And then suddenly I'm knowing him. It was almost like he was resurrected. It was almost like he was just up there just telling me where to go.